Hi, welcome to day 47, where I'm continuing to talk about life, talk about all the things that I've learned this year, talk about all the things that I've learned over the past couple of years, and how that it is going to prepare me and you for 2026. We have 47 days left until 2026. It has been a great year so far, and I know these last couple of days are so important, so vital. I think it is 7 weeks left, and seven is the number of perfection. So I know that these next 7 weeks will be perfected for you, for your family, for everything dealing with you in the mighty and powerful name of Jesus. I know I look a little different. I'm all glammed up, and it is becoming. It is giving grown people ish, grown ish, just a little bit adultish ish. That's what it's giving, and I love it. It's beautiful. Um, but anyways, I wanted to talk today about how in anything that we do, there's always another level that we can progress to. And obviously, that's in spiritual life, that's in relationships, that's in whatever craft, whatever gifts you have. There's always room for improvement, right? The ceiling is not the end all be all, it is movable. It is just like when they talk about these different opportunities that you never really see women in or bio people who are biopic or people that are persons of color. When you see them go into these different sectors or different positions, it is considered breaking the glass ceiling, right? So when we understand that there is technically no ceiling, that means that there's ever more room for you to grow in whatever gifts, whatever talents, whatever skills, whatever relationships that you have. And today I really realized that as I was modeling, being a face model today for an individual who does makeup, I realized that compared to other people's clients or other people or other established businesses that have to do with makeup, um, this may not be great. It may be subpar. But in my mind, it's great because I've never had my makeup done before. It looks beautiful. But to someone who's been in the field for years, who does, say, for instance, Michelle Obama's makeup or Kerry Washington's makeup or whoever makeup who's famous, this compared to what they're capable of doing and what they do for those individuals may not be up to standard. There's bars, right? There's levels to this. And when you understand that there's room for improvement and levels to this, you're able to be more consistent in how you plan out your goals, how you achieve your goals, and how you're consistent in building those habits to achieve those goals. Yes, we know that Rome was never built in a day. It took mighty men. It took a bunch of different people who had to be on the same page in order to build Rome, right? In order to build brick by brick, in order to just allow that city to be what it is today. Rome would have not existed without all of the individuals that allowed it to be what it is today, coming together in their skill sets to become, Rome. And you think about all of the different types of sculptures and all these different art pieces that were done during that time, during the Renaissance period, during the time of Greece and the ancient Greece and all those different ideas and the Colosseums and all these different frames of art, how they progressively got better, over the years of how we tackle things. And it's just like they started out with a computer, right? In the 1980s, they started out with a computer. That's what they tell us. They started out with the computer. And they understood that the computer was just the starting part. It was just the starting line. So once They got all the necessary ideas and all the necessary scientific evidence and all the necessary technology that they needed. Now we are in AI. And AI is not the ceiling, it's not the pinnacle. There's something always that's going to be greater or higher or a higher level of achievability. And just like with makeup or art or whatever gifts you are in, just like basketball, you can play basketball with your church league, but church league basketball is not AAU basketball, it's not middle school basketball. The same with transitioning from high school basketball to college basketball. It's not the same. There's a difference. There's a difference in coaching. There's a difference in the learning. There's a difference in a lot of things. And there's the same difference if you want to go to the National Basketball Association, the NBA or the WNBA. There's levels to that. There's a difference in caliber of the individuals who play in college versus in those professional leagues. And even with football, you have flag football first, and then you have pee-wees and all the different stages of of football. And that's in life. We go through stages so that we can gradually get better, right? It's just like a baby. The baby is a baby. It does not come out of the womb walking. If that happens, that is a strange occurrence, and we must have been past the rapture. But that child is birthed. It has no interest in crawling at first, but then it starts to crawl. And then once it's tired of crawling, the mind begins to believe, okay, in order to keep up with all these people who are just walking around me, I need to stand up and I need to try to walk. Walking is the act of of not falling, right? We walk because we are afraid to fall. So it's an acquired balance. And after that child learns to walk without holding that mother's skirt or holding on to the objects, holding on to couches and stuff, they began to run. They run their little hearts out, and all you can hear is the little tapping of their little bitty feet running everywhere. And then once they start running, they start doing everything else in their own pace, right? When you work with pediatricians or if you have a child, you go to the pediatrician and they have ages and stages. And that is a development packet or a development assessment that assesses how far, where exactly your child is on that curve compared to every child that's in America. If they're low, if they're below the curve, if they're at the curve, or if they're above the curve. That's below average, average, and efficient, proficient, all these different above average, and then you have proficiency, below average, average, all these different scenarios. And we can say that about ourselves. We can say, oh, I'm gonna give myself an example. I can definitely have better lighting. This is my critique. It's something that I've been wanting to do. Have better lighting here, have better equipment, maybe invest in an actual DCLR camera, an actual camera to film instead of filming with this Logitech webcam or filming with my phone. But there's going to be a time where I get to that point. Some skill sets are for now. And when you realize, oh, I need to do better, I have to do better, that mental ability allows you to walk into a different atmosphere, a different level than what you would normally walk in. And that different level is pulling you. So you're like, okay, what do I need to do? How many YouTube videos do I need to watch to learn? Did I need to get in a class? Do I need to take this course? And it's very profound that That's how God operates with us. He handles us so nice. Like the Bible says, He does not withhold any good thing from us, right? But if we're praying for something and we don't receive it, it means that God is like, that is not good for you. He doesn't withhold anything that's good. That means that if He's withholding it, He believes that it's not good for you right now. It may be good for you later, but you're not. It's not good for you right now. So it's so like just on me understanding this over the past couple of years is, and like I said, every day I find new revelation of something that I was taught or something that I learned, and I'm like, oh, okay, that is crazy how well that is, placed together. We have, we just really have to be consistent and stick with it, though. That's the thing. When we understand that this week, and I'm sorry, rambling moments. This week's mission was to not to work smart, not hard. And when you're working smart, you have to understand who you are, where you are, what you're working for. And when you understand that, it's just the same thing as setting goals, understanding habits, and setting those habits and routines and having those in place to go into consistency, because consistency is literally not working hard at all. It's not hard work. It's working smart, because when you get that down pat, when you get your routine down pat, your habits down pat, your goals will be more achievable. And you're able to start out small, right? You can start out small, even if it's studying for an exam, right? You don't wait till the last minute to study. This is why I tell you not to wait till the last minute, because you're slowly building up your capacity. Every week that you're studying for an exam that's maybe 4 weeks away, you're studying that content, and that content is registering itself in you, in yourself, right? It's registering. And every single week something new downloads. And then the old stuff, you're reviewing that. So that's getting stronger and stronger and stronger every single week. And then you take your exam and you ace that exam, because all of that was depositing you over those 4 weeks. Now they're a part of you. They it became a routine that it became repetition. You were repeating those things over and over again, so that when you got to that test, that final test, that you would ace it. That's how this life is. Sometimes we sit in and we say, oh, I'm waiting for God. I'm waiting for God to do this. I'm waiting for God to do that. God is waiting for you to say yes and go forth. He's already given you the green light, because He established in you the gift, the talent, the skills, the purpose, all the things, the calling, the anointing. He placed it inside of you already. And all you have to do is go for it. And it does not matter how it looks. And it may start off slow. Now, like literally 5 people watch these videos. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep going. And eventually it'll be 10 people. And then eventually it'll be 40 people. And eventually it'll be 120. And then it'll be 500. And then it'll be 1,000. And then it'll be 20,000, 100,000. And that number will continue to go up. And it'll also go up based off of my capacity to edit, my editing skills. It'll go up based off of my audio skills. It'll go up based off of my marketing skills, how I'm clipping the videos, how I'm marketing them across different social media platforms. But you have to be consistent in knowing that you have to reach each level. You have to pass each level. It's just like grade school or in school in general. Some people skip grades. I give them that. But when you're in the correct grade, you have to pass your exams, you pass the state exams, you move on to the next grade. And then you transition from elementary to middle school. And then you transition from middle school to high school, and then high school to college. in college and high school are not the same thing. It requires something different. And at each level that you went from elementary to middle school to high school, now to college, each level requires something different of you. Each level in this life will require something different of you. It will require sacrifices. It will require faithfulness. It will require consistency. It will require sometimes heartache, pain. Sometimes you'll lose people. Sometimes you will be the only person that's rooting for you. You're your own cheerleader. However, wherever it is, just know that there's levels and you have to go past each level. You have to push yourself to go above and beyond each level to get to where God has destined you to be. There's a quote, and I think it's from a prophet. Um, I think he's since passed, but it goes something similar like I'm remixing it. Live like you're depending on yourself, but also know that life is dependent on God. Your actions, how hard you work, it should look like it depends on you. But deep within your heart, in your posture, which God is looking for, you know that all things work because of the Lord. So work as hard as if it is you who's doing the work, because you are, but know that God is also behind the scenes and He's ordained everything. You will only get to a next level based off of how hard you work to get to it. And sometimes you just work smart. It doesn't have to be, grinding every day or sweat and tears and like lifting weights and all the things. It just has to do with your consistency and your understanding that once I get past good, there's always better. And once I get past better, there's always great. And once I get past great, there's always excellency. And once I get past excellency, there's the extraordinary. There's always levels, there's always room for improvement. And if we walk around this world thinking that we've made it, that we have everything, and we're everything in a bag of chips, everything in a bag of Doritos, we're missing the mark. We're missing it. No, there's still room. There's still room. I haven't even gotten to 1% of what God has for me, what God has ordained for me. I'm still in the 0.2%. Just imagine if I get to the 1%. Just imagine if I get to the 15% or the 20% or the 50% or the 70%. I know that there's still room. There's still room to grow. There's still room for improvement. Just know this video is to say to you, there's still room for improvement. Do you know it? Do you know that there's room for improvement? Don't settle for what you see now. There's always room for improvement. God is always calling you to do more, whether you know it a lot or not. And it's not dependent on Him telling you that. Like, you have to know. It's an unconscious knowing, it's a conscious knowing, a subconscious knowing that you can do better. There's room for improvement. It's like runners, right? They try to beat their times during like marathons or track people, right? They try to beat their time getting across that finish line. So they know there's room for improvement every time they hit the track because they're trying to get that time down. It's the same way. There's always room for improvement, whether it's in relationships, whether it's saying hi every day. I had to learn that. Saying hi and smiling at work because I would walk clean past a person and not care. But I had to learn that. It's okay to say hey. It's okay to say hi, even if they don't say it back, or even if you don't know them or you don't like them or their aura is just awkward or weird, whether it's at church or taking on things, doing different things during different scenarios. I truly believe that you're going into a year where you're saying, yes, these next 7 weeks, say yes to improving, say yes to doing the thing, buying the thing. We have no excuses for the next 7 weeks. Whatever needs to get done, you know what it is. Let's get it done. Let's improve. Let's not go into 2026 without the correct utilizations of our skills and talents. If we have to take a course to expand those gifts and talents, if we have to watch tons of YouTube videos to get a better understanding of, of content or whatever you're trying to study, do it. If you have to ask somebody else to read your report or have a review or ask their opinion about something, do it. If you've noticed, I've gone through several thumbnails this week trying to understand what thumbnail will push the algorithm to push the content on this channel. Is the wording bold enough? Is the numbers bold enough? Bold enough? Are the titles capturing or inviting enough? I'm always understanding that there's room for improvement. And it can be super small. It can be super small. Like saying hi and waving and smiling at people every morning when you go to work. Or eating healthy, taking walks, calling that old friend, getting clarity from people, taking yourself out to eat, loving on yourself. Okay, we've reached 20 minutes, so that means it's time to get off of here. Thank you for watching this video. I would like for you to comment down below anything that you've taken away from this video. And what is the thing that you're achieving? What is the thing that you believe God, or if you believe in the universe, if you believe in whatever religion you believe in, is calling you to level up in or push past your current level into the next level? What areas do you know for a fact you have room to grow? And across these next 7 weeks, how do you plan to achieve them? All right, I pray that God would give us this revelation and that we will level up in every area of our lives, that we will be perfected in the next 7 weeks leading up to the new year, and that God will give us good things in our hearts and our minds and in our lips to speak upon. Um, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. All right, bye. Be blessed. Bye.